Here we are going to see about the characteristics of the single mode fiber, dispersion calculations, and also the cutoff wavelength. So dispersion optimization of single mode fiber. Here in a single mode fiber, the intermodal dispersion is totally absent because the fiber supports only one mode and the group delay arising from the various modes does not arise in this case. So it is affected by an intramodal dispersion which will comprises material dispersion and waveguide dispersion. So the waveguide dispersion in a single mode fiber is relatively large as compared to that in the multimode fiber because the cladding carries the significant amount of power of the total power, but very little power is carried by cladding in the multimode fiber. So the attributes of single mode fibers are long lifetime, very low attenuation, high quality signal, that is it will transfer due to the absence of nodal noise, largest available bandwidth, that is distance product. So next is the basic design optimization in the single mode fiber, which will include the following, that is cutoff wavelength, dispersion, mode field diameter and bending losses. For achieving the maximum transmission distance with high capacity link, the dispersion null should be at wavelength of minimum attenuation. Next one, refractive index profiles. For a single mode fibers, it varies of core cladding refractive index configurations which are used. They are 1300 nanometer optimized fibers, dispersion shifted fibers, dispersion flattened fibers, and the last one is large effective core area fibers. Let me see one by one in the next slides. First one, 1300 nanometer optimized fibers. So these are most popularly used single mode fibers in the telecommunication networks. So which are dispersion optimized for an operation of 1300 nanometer. So here we are having two configurations available. One is matched cladding fibers and another one is depressed cladding fibers. So matched cladding fibers, it means the matched cladding fibers have uniform refractive index throughout the cladding and it has the typical mode field diameters as 9.5 micrometer and core to cladding index differences del is 0.35%. Next one, depressed cladding fibers. So in this fiber, the cladding portion is next to the core, has a lower index than the outer cladding region. So the mode field diameters of these fibers are around 9 micrometer and the typical positive and negative index differences are 0.25 and 0.12% respectively. Next one, dispersion shifted fibers. So here the material dispersion will depends only on the composition of the material, whereas the waveguide dispersion is a function of core radius. So the refractive index difference and the shape of the refractive index profile. So thus the waveguide dispersions can vary dramatically with the fiber design parameters. So here the total dispersion in the fiber is sum of the waveguide and material dispersion, which will shift the zero dispersion point to the desired wavelength. So the resulting optical fibers are known as the dispersion shifted fibers. So here we are having the two configurations. One is step index dispersion shifted fibers and another one is triangular dispersion shifted fibers. Next one, dispersion flattened fibers. So it means to reduce the fiber dispersion by spreading the dispersion minimum over a wide range. So this approach is known as the dispersion flattering. This type of single mode fibers will allow the spectral requirements of the source to be less stringent and finds an application in flexible wavelength division multiplexing. So this single mode fibers are known as dispersion flattened fibers. So these fibers are of more complex to design, and it has two configurations. One is a double clad profile and another one is a quadruple clad profile. The last one is large effective core area fibers. Here the large core area is needed to reduce the effects of fiber non-linearities, so which will limit the system capacities. The standard single mode fibers have effective core area of about 55 micrometers square. So these profiles will yield greater than 100 micrometers square. So there are two configurations. One is large area dispersion shifted fiber and another one is large area dispersion flattened fibers. Next one is cutoff wavelength. So one of the important transmission parameter for the single mode fiber is cutoff wavelength for the highest order mode, that is LP11. So it separates both the single mode and multi-mode regions. So the theoretical cutoff wavelength of a single mode operation is lambda CTH is equal to 2 pi a by Vc into n1 square minus n2 square the whole power 1 by 2. So the equation 1 in another form is given by L lambda CTH is equal to 2 pi a n1 divided by Vc into 2 del the whole power 1 by 2. So where the cutoff normalized frequency Vc is equal to 2.405 for step index fibers. So the wavelength only LP01 mode should propagate in the fiber. So the relation between cutoff wavelength lambda c and cutoff normalized frequency is given as lambda c by lambda is equal to V by Vc. So for the step index fiber Vc is equal to 2.405, then the cutoff wavelength is lambda c equal to V lambda by 2.405. So the cutoff wavelength is an important parameter. So the radius of curvature will be RCS is equal to 20 lambda by n1 minus n1 square minus n2 square the whole power 3 by 2 into 2.748 minus 0.996 into lambda by lambda c the whole power minus 3. So the logarithm, consider if the output power P1 of lambda is measured as a function of wavelength in the sufficient wide range around the expected cutoff wavelength and in output power P2 lambda. So it is measured over the same wavelength range, that is a sufficiently small radius which is included in the test fiber to filter the LP11 mode. So the logarithmic ratio R lambda between the two transmitted powers P1 of lambda and P2 of lambda is calculated as R of lambda is equal to 10 log of P1 of lambda by P2 of lambda. So the effective cutoff wavelength lambda c is defined as largest wavelength at which the higher order LP11 mode power relative to the fundamental LP01 mode power, and it is reduced to 0.1 decibels. So when R of lambda is equal to 0.1 decibels, so 0.1 decibel. So this will recommend the value of lambda c ranges from 1100 to 1280 nanometer to avoid both the modal noise and dispersion problems. Next one, dispersion calculations. So the total dispersion in the single mode fibers, which will consist mainly of material and waveguide dispersion. So the resultant intramodal or chromatic dispersions is represented by d of lambda is equal to d tau by d lambda, that is tau is measured group delay per unit length of the fiber. So the dispersion is commonly expressed in PS bar Newton meter per kilometer. So the broadening sigma of an optical pulse over the fiber of length L is given by sigma lambda is the half power spectral width of the optical source. To measure the dispersion, we have to find out the wavelength range. So to calculate the dispersion for a non-dispersion shifted fiber in the 1270 to 1340 nanometer regions. So the that is tau is equal to a plus b lambda squared plus c lambda power minus 2. So here a, b and c are the curve fitting parameters, and equivalent expression is tau is equal to tau naught plus s naught by 8 into lambda minus lambda naught squared by lambda the whole power 2. So here tau is the relative delay minimum at 0 dispersion wavelength lambda naught, and s naught is the value of dispersion slope. By substituting the equations 9 in equation 7, we will get d of lambda is equal to lambda s naught by 4 into 1 minus lambda naught by lambda the whole power 4. So to calculate the dispersion of the dispersion shifted fiber in 1500 to 1600 nanometer region, the EIA and the ITU T standards recommend using the quadratic expressions. So that tau is equal to tau naught plus s naught by 2 into lambda minus lambda naught the whole squared. So which will result in the dispersion expression as d of lambda is equal to lambda minus lambda naught into s naught. So the third order dispersion beta 3 can be expressed as beta 3 is equal to lambda squared by 2 pi c the whole squared into lambda squared s naught plus 2 lambda into d here. So when measuring the set of fibers, the one will get the values of lambda naught, and it will ranges from lambda naught minimum to lambda naught maximum. So the expected dispersion values for the set of the non-dispersion shifted fibers in the range from 1217 to 1340 nanometer regions. So this typical values of S naught are 0.092 ps per nanometer squared per kilometer for the standard non-dispersion shifted fibers. Thank you.